Hello, Janine Garner here. In today's training, I want to talk about why your positioning matters and how to actually build a very powerful way to present yourself, to share about yourself out there when you meet people face to face or in any of your communications that will ensure that you cut through the noise and that you will make the impact that you want to make and that you will get remembered. That's what we're talking about today. If you are watching this on replay, I'd love you to comment below with what you're loving. If you're watching this live, awesome. And if you're loving what you're watching, jump on over to the Elevate Networking Lounge. I share a whole heap of content and free resources and training in there. It's an awesome community of incredible business owners that are doing great stuff and working collaboratively to achieve growth and impact for their clients and the audience is that they serve. So that is, let's jump straight into the training while we are here. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is the fact that the ability to build and own your expertise in terms of what it is that you do and how you serve your audience, how you do it, how you solve their problems is absolutely key to building your positioning in your marketplace. It's all about becoming known for who you are, what it is that you do, and how you help your potential clients. And what I see happening is too many of us aren't actually presenting ourselves in the right way. We talk about who we are and what we do, and that's pretty much it. And we're talking from the head, but we're not talking necessarily from the heart. The reason why your positioning in your particular market is so critical is that it enables you to cut through the competitor noise. It enables you to actually talk to the clients that you want to serve, so attract more of those preferred and ideal clients into your market, into your business, and ultimately it supports your growth plans. As a marketeer for many years, I spent the first 20 odd years of my career building businesses and brands for incredible global companies. And now for the last 12 years, I've been running my own business, and I've seen this shift in marketing over that time. You know, it used to be predominantly, and we know as business owners that we have to put money or effort or time or energy into marketing. It was Ogilvy, the owner of the big ad agency Ogilvy and Mather, that actually said, we know marketing works, we just don't necessarily know which 50%. And I think you'll agree that all of us have to market our brands. We have to market what it is we do to ultimately get the sales. And we hope that we can maximize the return on investment of those marketing dollars. The plan with sales is that you then move up to relationship building. Again, we know that 20% of our clients generate 80% of our revenue. Pareto's rule has proved that time and time again. It's proved it in every business I've worked with and every client business that I've helped with, that 20% of their clients are generating 80% of their revenue. But all of those strategies, marketing, sales, and relationship building, are hardcore sort of push strategies. They take a lot of hard work and they take a lot of financial investment. What I've seen in the last 12 years is this literally reverse happening. And the reality is social media, the world, the digital world that we are in now, that we're operating now, the fact that we have a much more global, digitally connected landscape, it has enabled us to change the game as opposed to hardcore pushing out of what we do and hoping to attract. The positioning that we have is actually pulling clients to us. It's all about the positioning of who you are and what you do, attracting those right people in. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about building your positioning so that you are attracting the right clients in through the work that you are doing and what they are seeing of you. And if you talk to any of my clients, I'm all about positioning. It's the very thing that unlocks the next growth opportunity. So what I want to share with you today is a 9-step framework full attribution to my one of my mentors, my church, who developed this framework, which I've slightly amended and evolved. But it's not just the framework that matters, it's how you actually implement that and the consistency with which you implement it. So I'm going to talk through that framework today. If you click on the link below, you can access the workbook that I'm referring to today. So please feel free to click that to grab your workbook and you can work through it with me. Now, let's just talk about the biggest problems I see right now. The biggest problem is that irrespective of our years of experience, our mastery, our craft, the results that we've got till now, we actually are at risk of becoming the world's best kept secret and we become invisible. And the challenge of becoming invisible, the knock-on effect of becoming invisible, is that we're actually forgotten. It's like we don't even exist and we're not even noticed. The impact of that is that you are the world's best kept secret. The lions, I just made up a new word. The new clients and the leads don't come in because they don't notice you. And we end up in this negative spiral of having to hustle for sales and the hard work of growing our business. So what we've actually got to do is build our visibility. We've got to build our positioning so that we become more visible. That visibility means that you are remembered for the work that you do and the impact that you're having and your position, your stance in terms of the work that you do. And ultimately, this is all about getting noticed. It's about being remembered and it's about driving demand. It's about building that flow of leads and potential clients into your business. So if you download your workbook, let me just pull up the tech here. This is what I'm working through today. I want to share with you this framework. So before you start, let's just take a look at where you are at. If you look at the horizontal axes, this horizontal axis, whoops, let's change that pen. Just come off a training session myself. So if you look at that horizontal axis, where would you position yourself on there? Do you have strong levels of self-belief? Are you confident about what you're putting to market, or is there an element of self-doubt? Just put your pen somewhere on that horizontal line. And then let's look at this vertical line. I go, right now, do you think that your marketing is getting the cut through and that you have the visibility in the marketplace? Is your name one that is mentioned regularly? Do people know who you are and what it is that you do? Or are you invisible and that world's best kept secret? Ultimately, what we want to do is move away from these three places here, because this is where we become invisible, we get forgotten, and the negative impact on our growth potential just spirals down. And what we want to do is move to a place where you have the conviction in what it is that you do, how you serve, who you help, and at the same time that other people are seeing that through the work that you're doing. That essentially your visibility and your positioning is attracting the right people into your business. So instead of hustling for clients, those clients are coming to you. You're getting this flow of leads because of the work that you do. So let me take you through this 9-step framework. And essentially, there are 3 key pillars. We're talking about who you are, so you-based questions. We're talking about it-based questions, what it is that you do. And then finally, we're going to flip the lens, and this is the one that everyone misses. We're going to talk about why your clients, why your potential clients, why they should care. Not from your perspective, but from their perspective. And as I said, I see the majority of people doing column 1 and column 2, who they are and what they do, who they are and what they do, but very few people adding in this absolute magic of why your clients, your potential clients, should care about who you are and what it is that you do. So I'm going to take you through these 9 questions to answer for yourself. So let's start with the 3 you-based questions first. So what I want you to do is think about, first of all, your background. So if we go to this first box here, your history, I want you to think about your background. What is it that you've done? Essentially, this is the social proof stuff. And I reckon 3 to 5 points max. So for me, it could be I spent 20 years working in corporate, launching, rejuvenating, and building some of the world's most incredible brands, including Ralph Lauren and Oroton. I was formerly group marketing director at Oroton. I have been running my own business now for the last 12 months. In fact, I've built a business and sold a business in that time. And I've written 3 best-selling books. 3 points. 20 years corporate, 12 years own business, written a book. That's all I want, because guess what? We can find this information online. So who are you? Like, make sure that these 3 bullet points link to the message that you want out to market. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be known for? And often it's social proof stuff. So it could be I've worked in property for 20 years. It could be I've worked in banking for, and now I'm. It could be I started life in the UK doing X. I then traveled around the world doing Y, and now I'm doing, like, literally snapshot stuff. Then I want you to go to question 2, which is essentially put yourself in a box. Don't make it overly complicated. Don't create some whiz bang, really special, that sounds really awesome job description, but we've actually got no idea what it is that you do. Like, literally, what do you do? Are you a marketer, a bookkeeper, or a lawyer, an accountant, a coach, a business executive, a manager, a director? Just say what it is that you do. Job title. And then this is where the third one is where it gets really awesome. This is where we start building up the heart connection. So history and category are very ahead, but I want you to think about number 3. Like, what gets you out of bed in the morning? Why do you do the work that you do? What are you absolutely passionate about? So I'm passionate about helping female business owners welcome more profit into their business. I'm passionate about helping them unleash their brilliance, about sharing their mastery with the planet so that they can create the impact that they want to create. And it comes down to welcoming more profit into their business, because only in that way can they make that impact on their families, on their society, on their clients, on the world. And what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? So think about it. What lights you up? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What are you passionate about? So those are 3 questions when it relates relating to who you are. Who are you? This is what I do. This is my history. This is what I do. And this is why I do what I do. This is what I'm passionate and obsessed about. Next pillar is we go on to it-based questions. What is it that you do? And here we start, again, quite low energy. Let's just think about the low energy. Think about the top of these as the stuff you can find on LinkedIn in your profile or in your bio. So share an example of somebody that you have helped through the work that you do. So it could be a particular person. In my corporate work, this is where I'll often say, through my work, I work with some of the world's leading organizations such as EY, CBRE, DXC Technology, Hewlett Packard. Like, mention the brands that you work with, or it could be specific clients. The next, and this is all about social proof, but again, just think of it as LinkedIn profile stuff. Number 5, I want you to, and this is the one that my clients find really tricky, but it's the genius one. It's the one that gets you remembered. What analogy would you use to describe yourself? If you could connect what it is you do to something that everybody would understand, what is that? So are you like a conductor, a music conductor, an orchestra conductor, who through your work you bring together all the different parts of the business so that strategically you're all on the same lane and moving in the right direction to create absolute magic? Are you like a Google Maps, a fireman, a lifesaver? I often talk about the fact that I'm like a gemologist, where I'll actually dig deep and find that raw rock. And through the work that I do, I'm taking off the edges and allowing all those multiple facets of brilliance shine so that people are finally unlocking their brilliance with confidence, standing in their spotlight, making the impact that they want and building the businesses that they want. I've got a very good friend, Gabrielle Dolan. She calls herself the metal detector, unlocking stories. What are you? Think about your analogy. And the reason this is so magical is we think and remember in stories and in pictures. And so what you're doing is connecting your essentially day-to-day work to something that's a little bit more magical. What's that for you? And then the final piece down here, final question in this column is what makes you unique? Now, some of you might be going, oh, there's nothing unique about me. There is. There always is. It could be that you've traveled the world. It could be that you started life as a beautician and now you're a lawyer, or the other way around. It could be like me, I had a 20-year corporate career and I've now run my own business. I'm not the only one that's done that though. So it's about how you connect it. How does it make it unique? So I know my corporate experience gives me incredible insight into how organizations and leaders work and the various structures that are in place to make that work. You know, we can ideate, but at the end of the day, it's all about everyday sales. And equally now in my own business, the agility and the thinking outside the box and the innovation that's needed. So I have this ability to span these two worlds. What's your uniqueness? Think about that. So low energy stuff you can find on LinkedIn at the top. So think of that as LinkedIn stuff here. Build the picture through the analogy. And again, make it personal. Let me see you. Let me see you. Let me see you. Now, as I shared in my intro, most people only do who they are and what it is that they do. This next piece is the genius. Why? We're going to turn the lens onto our potential audience, onto our potential clients. And I want you to think about why they should care. We're turning the lens on them. And the three questions here are, first of all, again, LinkedIn, low energy stuff, profile stuff, back of your pitch document stuff. What are you selling? Just list it. I want to talk to you today about running a leadership program for your high performers. I want to talk to you today about joining my online program for female business owners called Elevate. You know, just say it. Just say what it is. Low energy, single statement. The magic, again, is in the middle. What are their problems right now? I need you to imagine that you've got a whole heap of your potential clients in a room. What are they publicly talking about with each other that are the challenges that they're facing right now? We call these the known spoken problems. What are the 1, 2, 3 known spoken problems that your target audience currently have? They are all saying the same thing, not what you think their problem is, but what they're talking about. So in organizations, it could be engagement, it could be retention, it could be onboarding, it could be future proofing. Generic things that if you were to get 100 of your clients in one room, potential clients in one room together, they are all talking about. This is what I mean by we talk to their problems, not what we think the problem is. What are they saying? Open your ears because they're already saying it. They're already talking about this in front of you. It's the reason they approach you in the first place. That's what I want you to talk to. The magic, though, is then this one, the one bigger problem. This is what we call the known unspoken. It is that fourth problem that they're not talking about, but they know it. It's the thing that's keeping them awake at night. It's the thing that if you were sat one-on-one to them, they would openly share with you. What is their bigger problem? And usually it's pretty universal. It's a fear. It's a fear of failure, a fear of looking stupid, a fear of not getting that job of their dreams, a fear of their business not getting to where they want it to go, a fear of being judged, a fear of embarrassment. Like there's a deep one, and that's what you need to identify, that one bigger problem. Okay, and then the final piece here is close it up. Close it up. So what I want to talk to you about today is joining X, because the biggest problems I see amongst most of my clients is 1, 2, 3. But the bigger problem that they're not talking about is failure and being judged for that failure. So number 9, why don't you come and sign up? Why don't you come and join me? And let me help you overcome all those problems and build the business of your dreams. You literally just wrap it up. So those are the three questions to answer for yourself. I have no doubt you can do these 3. Who are you? I have no doubt you can do these 3. What do? You might have to work on the analogy. But I would question how many of you are actually covering off these last three. This is what builds the compassion, the understanding, and the conviction around what it is that you sell. Give it a go. This is the full matrix on a page, which I've put in the workbook for you. And think about where you can use it. Your LinkedIn profile, it could be your pitch document, it could be at networking events, it could be any of those things where you're having to present yourself. Now, just to quickly put a bow on this, let me tell you about Donna. Donna is a client of mine. She's a global leader in productivity. She's written 10 books at least. She's awesome at facilitation and constantly creating new products when I met her. But despite all of that, she could not break through this 7-figure ceiling. And her wide range of talents were essentially going unrecognized, and as a result of a confused marketing message. Her quality of IP is insane. Her uniqueness of IP is awesome. And she really, at the time, should have been seen as number one in the market. So we literally reviewed her positioning matrix. We took a big, hard look at how her positioning was at the moment and developed her personal, powerful positioning framework. We audited her market. We audited her go-to-market message. And we made sure that we were clear on who she was working for, who she wasn't, the prices she was going to charge, and what she said no to. Last year, she launched her brand new book that went instantly to number one. That book is now being picked up globally. She's getting a significant amount of PR for it. She's on TV, podcasts, radio, news. And the really awesome thing is she's attracting brand new clients into her business that she has never seen before at a significantly higher price. And it is all because of positioning, positioning, positioning. So think about, if you can make this happen in your business, what would change? What would change? How would your communication change? How would it change your confidence and message? And what could it mean in terms of the clients you're attracting into your business? Love to hear. Message me if you've got any questions, and I'll see you again soon.